Nike just released a brand new commercial featuring Caitlin Clark and her new Kobe shoe that she released today. And I saw this commercial yesterday on social media. I thought it was so cool. There's a shot when she's in the locker room and she opens her eye and it like turns into what looks like a snake eye, but when you zoom in, it's actually the Kobe.
Nike just pulled the ultimate corporate plot twist, and Aya Wilson is livid. After years of pumping millions into Wilson's brand, while Caitlin Clark lit up the internet every time she even looked at a
Nike finally delivers Caitlin Clark PE. Is this the first Caitlin Clark exclusive Nike commercial since she's entered the WNBA? I know she's made a cameo here, she's made a cameo there, she was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there, but is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined the W?
Turns out they've been betting on the wrong horse this whole time. Now that they're pivoting to the woman who actually moves merchandise, IAS in full-blown meltdown mode. And let's be clear, this isn't just about sneakers. This is Nike finally.
Clark and Nike are officially dropping Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever player-exclusive Kobe 5s in just a couple weeks. So this shoe was first seen being worn by Caitlin and was thought to be a colorway made just for her up until just a couple days ago, where Nike's official images of the shoes got leaked and the announcement was made saying that everyone will now have a chance.
Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie even when your ego wants them to. ISA1 shoes? Yeah, they sold out in 5 minutes last May. Sounds big until you realize it was a tiny, limited drop. Manufactured scarcity. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark launches a Kobe collab.
Well, I don't think I'd be in the wrong to say Caitlin Clark's Kobe is the sneaker of the week, and everyone's focus is mostly on this one. If you really wanted that shoe, I hope you put your footwork in, because there's supposedly only 13,000 pairs of sneakers at this point. Combine that with a really high resale value, I expect this shoe to be a relatively difficult call. But my hope seriously is that with Caitlin Clark's sneaker coming out, that this sets a precedent and we might see other exclusive player edition Kobe's drop for the public.
The Nike website didn't just slow down, it flat out surrendered to the Caitlin Clark frenzy. Resale prices spiked to $350 to $600 immediately. When Clark drops merch, it's not a product release, it's a cultural event. It's Black Friday meets Coachella, while
These things is some fire. I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there is fire, and these things is hitting so hard. And who got a bot? Who a shoe plug? Because I need 2 pairs. I need one for the sneaker wall, and I need one for my feet, because these things is hidden right here, and no, I don't want to pay $600.
Here's the spicy part, Nike gave Aya the royal treatment. 2 years of development, custom logos, personal touches, Celtic symbols for her parents, quotes from grandma. Her shoe was practically a family scrapbook with laces.
I lost all respect for A'ja Wilson. I don't want to hear her opinions. I don't care what she has to say from this point on. When you keep a Nike deal 2 years in secret while you're spewing all that crazy stuff about Caitlin Clark in the Time magazine, read it. Read what she said in the Time magazine. Yet you had a Nike deal the whole entire time?
And Caitlin? Still waiting on her signature line. Wearing Kobe hand-me-downs that outsell Aya's custom-crafted sneakers by margins that make accountants cry. Nike gave Wilson everything she dreamed of. Meanwhile, Clark's leftovers generate more buzz than Aya.
So it's finally here. Caitlin Clark sneakers from Nike is finally dropping. She was signed to them last year, and the sneakers is a year late in my opinion, but nonetheless I'm excited because these sneakers is finally coming out. But what does annoy me a little bit is that this is a collaboration with Kobe. Now, Kobe, respect to Kobe, the legend, rest in peace, great basketball player. But in my opinion, Caitlin Clark is a big enough star and she's creating her own legacy. So I feel like, at least for her first sneaker, it shouldn't be a collaboration with any other player, dead or alive, in my opinion. I feel like Caitlyn should have, for her first shoe, had her own original design just for her.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Aya Wilson's me mentality. She's been campaigning for attention like she's running for president of basketball. Got her signature shoe. Got her Nike commercial directed by Malia Obama. Got her custom logo that nobody understands. And she still acts like the world owes her something. Meanwhile, Clark just plays ball and becomes Nike's most marketable athlete since MJ.
And all this was done while the shoe's being developed, while the collection's being done. To demonize Caitlin Clark and try to label her as a privileged white girl that's getting all the privileges, even though she earned everything she got. This ain't about color. This is about good and bad. And I find this a little evil. I find this evil. This is beyond bad, because you had the ability to speak up and say, hey, everybody, relax. Don't get on Caitlin Clark. She got a shoe deal. That's cool. I got one too. Mine's taking a little bit, but it's going to come out. Just be patient. She could have came out and said that, but she didn't.
And Nike tried. They gave Wilson a $20+ million contract extension. Built marketing campaigns around her diamond in the rough image. But you can't fake what Caitlin Clark has. She signed her $28 million, 8-year deal and instantly became Nike's most valuable asset just by existing. Wilson needs storylines. Clark? She is the story.
Nike did not fumble Caitlin Clark. It takes years and years of research and development and building and designing and trialing and erroring to build a custom shoe line. Caitlin Clark has played in only Kobe 5s and Kobe 6s almost exclusively for like the last 3 or 4 years. If they are building a shoe for Caitlin Clark, that Caitlin Clark is going to wear, that she's going to sell, that she's going to give away to her teammates, to her fans, to whomever, it has to be as good as, if not better, than the Kobe 5 or 6. And there's new Kobe variants out and she doesn't wear them. She signed a $28 million 10-year contract with Nike. Year 2. We're in year 2 of that. The shoes are coming. They have to design them. It takes several years for this to happen. We're not just doing a colorway like Paige Beck.
Let's talk market impact. Caitlin Clark generated $82.5 million in economic impact in Iowa alone. That's not a typo. One player. One state. Her influence isn't just basketball, it's cultural. Nike execs are probably kicking themselves for missing the female Michael Jordan while chasing a narrative no one was buying. Even former Nike exec Jordan Rodgers publicly called them out for fumbling the Clark bag. They had to be shamed into seeing what was obvious to the rest of us.
Your stock price since 2021, it is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation. And we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe.
Now Nike's finally waking up. Clark's Kobe drop breaks the internet, not just high traffic breaks. Wilson's meticulously planned release? Completely overshadowed by Clark's casual Tuesday post. Aya needs months of build-up. Clark just needs Wi-Fi. Nike's finally saying out loud what we all knew: Clark doesn't just sell sneakers, she sells dreams. And the market answered with its wallet. V11. Nike spent years trying to manufacture hype around Wilson. Gave her MVP status, gold medals, everything. And still couldn't force the kind of authentic connection Clark has. Wilson's stats are impressive, sure. But Clark is bigger than basketball.
I just felt like across the board, this commercial was a 10 for 10. And a lot of people have been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlyn as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they had been tweeting about Caitlyn more. And then obviously with this shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it. And of course, just today, Caitlyn Clark's new Kobe PE shoe sold out in less than a minute. And I saw so many tweets about this. So many people who were so sad that they missed out on this shoe. I saw that there was this one Dick's store and people were lined up around the corner, like camping out, trying to get